So this new part came in. The ball bearings inside here were falling out, so ordered a new one. Pretty simple. Just kind of goes into the little T there. It slides in like so. Got little teeth here in your bottom traction, so teeth have to go in like so. And then they come back around like so. Back around like so. That. So, that's the first part. That's the easy part. Now, you have to take this piece here, which is the back plate, and this needs to slide in here like this, or like this, and then this needs to go in like this. This is for the handle. So we slide this in like so. That'll hold this in while we attach the bottom piece here. Now, the tricky part, getting all the holes to line up. So, get one in. Get the other one lined up. Like so. Nice and flush. However, so that worked well, but we lost our top piece here. It's a little tricky. A little tricky. So, hold the bottom here, and we will align this piece again into here. Now, I guess we can all relate to the struggles here. This piece here will go like that, and then this piece needs to line up in those spring holes. So I think we're, there we go. Nice and tight. This piece moves well. Now you flip it onto the inside, and this is all your screw holes. So put a screw in here, screw in here, screw here. I'm by no means a master mechanic when it comes to pool sweepers, but trial and error. Open this. This was all to replace the actual track that broke. So I ordered a new track, but ended up replacing the cam, pulley cam piece. Okay, and one more. Now, did notice this is not turning quite well. I think That's a looks a little wide on that side. So before I get too carried away here, let me just tighten this up a little bit. All right, now let's take a look and see why this is not attaching very well here. Well, I guess it is turning. Just doesn't seem that it's quite as tight as the other side, but button it up and see what happens here. Alright, so that's tight. It's nice and adjustable here. Alright, now, since I got the whole thing apart just to avoid problems in the future, because it does look like there is some minor cracks on this left side. So since I actually have everything out, I will just replace that. So I'll come back. So I got the screws out. Well, one more screw here, but you can kind of see on the top of this, there's some cracking going on. So one more screw. And then we will pop this side off and take a look-see. So, same thing, just pops off. This one's a little more challenging. It does have the power cord going through, but works. So, pretty simple internals. See how that all lays out nice and easy. So, we'll take this off like so. Take this off. And let me just check this quick, which this looks like it's intact. This is not the motor drive side, so it's just open in the middle. Sure, still has bearings, and bearings are tight. So put that back together. Put this top piece in, again, gear side to the gear, like so. Like that. Put this around each one of the sweepers, like so, and then slowly, it's nice and good. Take this little piece of garbage out of there, and we will put this back in here like so. Slide this little piece in like so, and feed this. So now we're putting the ends. That's one. Well, that didn't go as planned, but let me get these put down on here first. So again, one goes on one side. Alright, so we have the two driver pulleys for the sweepers connected. And of course our this piece disconnected, so we want the tab out. This will slide into the springs, and then this, just as a reminder, this actually needs to go out like so, but it does hold like that. Well, correction, it would be like this, so that we can screw the sweeper arm, or the control arm, back on. So we will tip this up. We will get these back into the this first. Oops. Slide this over like that. Bring this in like this, and I will slide those two prongs into the, and then just hold this up as I push this back down. Seat this on the other pulleys. Alright, so the cover's back on. Tracks are still on. Little catch is still on. Cords through the hole. We are ready to reassemble. So again, coming back in here, I will install all these screws again. So three more to go. One. There's two. And here's three. All right, let's tighten these back up. So Alright, so unit's back together, nice and tight. Everything looks like it's lined up. No parts, no extra parts. So we will go here, back to the top. Of course, this bar here goes into here, and this bar here goes into here. So two simple screws. All right, all set. And you can see it is now running. So we are good to go. We'll let it run for full clean cycle and then clean the filters out, but it does a great job.